Hey, what's up, ladies, guys? Welcome to Let's Fix Things. Well, this is a video on the 2006 Ford F350 6.0 Power Stroke project that I have had. There's a whole series on this video. As you can see, if you watch the rest of the series, I ended up just buying new tires and rims for it. I got the larger, those are too large for the truck, and I'm not going for looks, I'm going for practicality for the truck camper. So I've done a lot of things to the truck since my last video. I picked it up from the garage. Absolute nightmare. Became a money pit sitting at the garage. Ended up having to redo half the things that they did. They couldn't get the exhaust correct after they replaced the turbo, and it kept hitting the frame. Then they welded the exhaust, so I ended up having to cut all their welds off my brand new stainless steel exhaust, file them down nice and smooth, and reinstall the exhaust piece by piece to make it fit so it doesn't hit the frame. So now it works. It doesn't hit the frame. It's good to go. I did not re-weld it. It's stainless steel. I don't want the rust holes, because when you weld, you're going to get rust spots on those welds. So now on all those weld spots, I'm probably going to start getting rust holes. So I didn't want to re-weld anything like that. So I got the exhaust exactly where it should be. Doesn't rub against the frame. I got rid of the big knobby tires. Those are 285/80 17s. These are the factory original factory rims. Those are factory rims, but they're old. These are factory rims with 245/70 17s, which is a factory size. So I went back down to the factory size tires. Way better ride. I think I might have to replace the bearing in the middle of the drive shaft. Oh, I forgot what it's called, but it's the center bearing. It's a two-piece drive shaft in the rear, and there's a bearing up in there, and I think that might need to be replaced, but doesn't need to be replaced anytime soon. I still got to replace the pulley tensioner the belt tensioner up in front on the engine that's squealing and bouncing around a little bit, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about my brake lights being stuck on, and possibly my trailer brake code saying check trailer brake, check trailer continuously. I think my my brake light switch on the brake pedal is malfunctioning. Don't forget, this truck sat for 4 years before I bought it. And then it sat, you can see my brakes are on. They're flashing on and off right now. They're flickering. And my ignition is on also. So you can see they're flickering on and off. And a lot of times they stay on when you're driving. It looks like you're riding the brakes. So let me turn the key off. And then I'm gonna just turn the key back on, and I'll show you, they should stay on constantly. Oh, see, now they're off. So I think that wire has a short in it, the plug, and it should be easy to replace. I bought a Motorcraft switch right here, part number SW-5219. Then it says 1X. It's a switch interrupter. Then it has a bunch of different languages, but this is allegedly the Ford original one. So you see the lights still flashing. So I think it's a bad wire, or a bad contact, I should say, inside of here. And supposedly you don't need tools to take it out. You just might need a flathead screwdriver, unless you want to disconnect the battery. If you disconnect the battery, you need a tool to disconnect the battery. It's up on the brake pedal, up underneath the dashboard. It's going to be really hard for me to show you. I'm going to try to show you the best I can how to do it. There's a clip that you should be able to pop up and off. Then you slide the mechanism out, and then the switch. Then you should be able to take the switch out. Obviously, you got to unplug the wires. Let me see if I can show you in there I'll bring a flashlight or headlamp in there, and I'll try to show it to you where it is, and then I'll see the best I could do to video it for you. But supposedly it's super easy. I don't know if I even showed, since I've had it detailed, but I had the whole truck detailed by a local company, and they got all the grease stains and everything out. They didn't do that good of a job in the doors, but this truck was horrible, and they did a great job. I was very impressed with it. They even did my other truck and did a great job. All right, so this is what the part looks like. And the clip goes on the outside here, and this is your brake pedal, I do believe. So I will, and it goes in there. See that right there? That's your actual switch mechanism right inside there. That little half round thing in there. So let's go underneath. Here's the part number as it's on here. And if I can, I'll try to find a link to this and I'll put it in the description. If I can find one in there. All right, so let me put it there so I don't lose it. All right, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna be going right up underneath there. We're gonna be looking straight up with, hopefully the headlamp will help. That didn't help at all. There it is, right there. And then on the other side, it should have a clip. Let's see. I gotta get a better light and I'll be right back. So it looks like it's underneath this yellow cap right here is the clip. I have no clue how to get that cap off because I can't see up there. Hold on, guys. I have no clue how to get the camera to see up there either. All right, hold on. That yellow clip is hiding the yellow cap is hiding the cap, the clip that's holding it on. Hold on. All right, so there's a green clip. See the green clip? And that's on the opposite side of this round post right here. It's just like a spring clip, it looks like. I'll show you before I take it off. Just so you know, I have been fighting with this getting the phone in there, trying to show you guys something longer than it's going to take me to do this entire job if I stop recording this. So I'm going to put the phone away, the camera. I'm going to unplug this wiring harness right here. I'm going to take that green clip off on the back side. See that green clip? I'm going to take that off, and then this should slide. The switch should slide off. Fighting with this phone underneath there is not worth it. I just want to get this. I just want to get this done. All right, so I'll be back once it's off. Green clip right there. There's a switch. Now I got to disconnect the wire. Way harder than it needed to be because I was trying to record it. All right, let's compare the old to the new. Here is the old one. Here is the new one. Exact same numbers. And now you gotta be careful when you put it on. But yep. All right, I'm just gonna put it on. That's where it is. And the green clip, I even broke the wiring harness thing, but oh well. All right, well, I lost the green clip now because I think I laid on. Oh, no, it's up here. Here's the green clip right there. All right, so there's something in here I got to show you guys. So see that round rod right there? Oh, this is a pain in the butt to try to show this. But see that round rod? There's a plastic bushing that goes inside it. See that plastic bushing right there? And that's the hole that the clip goes through. So you got to slide this rod out almost till it falls off, like that. And then slide your new switch in from the top. And then once you get it in there, then you can push the rod and the switch back up against the brake pedal like that. Then you could stick your green clip back in there. I cannot show any of this because I can barely get my hands up in there. So I'm just gonna put it together, but that's what you have to do. I'll try to, that's the best as I can explain it. I'm sorry, guys. Good luck. All right, goes like that. I don't even know if you guys can see it. And now I got to get this clip in there. Well, I put the clip in from the bottom. I have a feeling that means it's going to fall out if I do it that way. So let's try to put it in from the top. And you really got to do this without seeing it. All right, I put the clip in from the bottom. I can't get my hands are too big to get it from the top. And then I guess this thing, this green cap, just covers it. Oh, let's see. All right. Oh, nope. It just falls off. All right, now let's stick the plug in. All right, it's plugged in, and theoretically, you hear the switch. All right, well, theoretically it's in, guys. So let's see if that fixes the problem. I bet you it doesn't, but we'll see. All right, guys, that didn't fix it. So there's a short somewhere. I have a feeling hopefully it might be in the trailer wiring or the tailgate wiring. So I'm going underneath to see if I can fix it there. Okay, once again, guys, throwing parts at this truck. That was not the problem. So what I did was I disconnected. I've been getting a check your trailer warning also. even though I don't have a trailer on. It'll say up here on the speedometer, check your trailer. And then my factory brake controller will say, like it's putting output to the brakes. And it's not doing it now because what I ended up doing was I disconnected the bed of the truck. This is hardwired into the factory connection underneath the bed to the factory plug. And I disconnected it, and the brake lights on the truck, the third brake light way up in there, stayed on. But obviously the bed light went off. Plugged it back in, brake lights stayed on. Unplugged it, that stayed there. So then what I did was I came inside and I took out the brake controller. And I had a feeling this brake controller was going bad, or was bad, because of it kept saying, I'll keep getting a message up here saying, check your brake controller, or check your trailer, check your trailer, check your trailer. And I thought that would be a separate problem from the brake lights staying on all the time. Turns out it's not. It's the same problem. What I did was I completely disconnected the brake controller and took it all the way out. My brake lights worked fine with the new switch, and it would have worked with the old switch, obviously, because that means my old switch wasn't bad. So the switch, or the brake controller, is shorting out somewhere in there. So let me show you how to take the brake controller out. I have it plugged back in right now and it seems to be working, but it's a hit or miss if it's going to work or not, it seems. Or there was a loose wire in it when I disconnected it. When I plugged it back in, I probably plugged it in better. I don't know, better contact. So let me turn the camera around. Let me jump up in the truck. I'll show you how to take the brake controller out. It's pretty easy on this truck, and we'll go from there. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the ignition off. Let's see. See, it's on right there. And I was getting there you go, trailer brake fault right there. See it? Trailer brake fault. And what's happening is every so often this will come up. See, I could change the things on it, but there's got to be a short inside of it. So basically what you have to do is you have to open this up, open the glove box, or your change box. It used to be an ashtray in the old days, but I don't know what you would put in there now. Drop it down, take your hand, stick your hand behind here and push forward. Okay, now when you push forward, this is what you're popping. These are the clips that are holding it in, and this clip right here, you may have to push this down. I've had this out a few times already, so that's why I think it comes out nice and easy. And then there are your two plugs. So if I unplug this, and this is getting hot, this should not be hot. The truck's not even running, and I don't think this should be getting hot with 12 volts of power just sitting here. So I have a feeling my brake modular is bad. So basically, that's how you get your brake modular out. It keeps saying trailer brake fault, and my driver door open, obviously. See, trailer brake fault. So since I'm not hauling a trailer, I think I'm just going to disconnect this so that way I know my brake lights work. And then I'll try to find one of these. These are real expensive new. I'm going to try to find a used one on Marketplace, and we'll go from there. Hopefully I don't get scammed and I get a good one. All right, let me put this back together. Oh, I got to disconnect the wire, but I need both hands. Hold on. So there are the two plugs. They only go in one way. Obviously, two completely separate wiring harnesses. And I've actually taken this thing apart before, and maybe I'll show some video of it apart. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna get a new one of these, I have a feeling, and I'll just stick this in there like this, just so I have I don't have a hole in my dashboard. And it just slides in and it clicks. That's it. So good as new. Push these wires back up in there for now, and you got to squeeze these sides, and then that's in there. And there's your latch. Sometimes this latch gets stuck, but it seems to be working now. There we go. All right, so now I will not have a trailer brake fault, I don't think, because I'm not going to have a trailer brake. Let's see what it says. Left door ajar, trailer brake fault. Well, it must be saying that just because it's not even connected. But anyways, at least I know my brake lights work. All right, so I'm going to move the truck. Because we have to work on the Corvette. So I hope that's going to fix this. At least fix the brake light problem when my brake lights being on and shorting out. At least if I disconnect that trailer, if I keep the modular disconnected. And if that fixes the brake light problem, I'll post a video. If I still have a brake light problem, I am not going to post the video, and you will never know. Let me see. With the truck running. Was it brake lights on? Nope. Brake lights are off. So we're good. All right, guys. Thanks for watching Let's Fix Things. And like I said, if you see this video, that means that brake modular is the trailer brake or the brake light problem that I've been having. And I didn't need to replace that switch. So if you need to replace the switch, that's where the switch is. If you're having the same problem I'm having, check your trailer brake modular first. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Check out the other 20-something videos I have of this truck. I also have like that 1984 Corvette in there. We got a series on that. Expedition is down and out. We're gonna be working on that, not on video. There's electrical short in that one from a water leak up near the windshield. So I got to fix that. And I still have not gotten to my firewood yet, guys. But now it's dead of summer, and we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. What's up, ladies and guys? All right. Well, I got my eBay brake controller. Supposedly it's a remanufactured brake controller. You know, the messed up part is the screen on this is in worse condition than mine that I took out. But if it works, it works. So we're going to install it in the 06 F350. See if it fixes the problem. So if you remember, it goes right there and the wires are right there. So let me put it in and we'll see if it fixes the trailer brake control code that's showing up on the dashboard. Sorry about all that sun glare. Let me just install this and then we'll see if it works. Plugged it in. Let's start the truck up and see if it lights up. Let's see if we get an engine or trailer brake fault code. Close the door. And that's because I just hit the... All right, well, it wasn't doing that before. It says check trailer, but that's just because I hit the button. All right, let's go look at the lights. The big thing where the brake lights were stuck on. Nope. So it fixes the problem. All right. All right, guys, that means I'm gonna wrap this video up here of the 2006 Ford F350. I replaced the brake switch, the brake pedal brake light switch. That did not fix the problem. Turns out it was my trailer brake control modular in the dashboard that was acting up, and that was making my brake lights stay on all the time. And I was getting that warning on the dashboard. So that seems to be fixed. That's one more thing off the budget or off the hit list. Next thing is the pulley tensioner on the serpentine belt, and try to figure out why the AC compressor is not engaging. So thanks for watching this far, guys. See you in the next video. Check out all the other videos. I got over 600 videos on my channel, wide variety, from the JCB to the Cat 302 to the Benford to the 2001 F350, the 06 F350. You got the firewood. I got a little of everything. So check out some of the other videos. There's a whole series on this truck that you could watch, and watch all the little troubleshooting things that I've done all the way through. So, all right, guys, see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this helped you. If it did, give it a thumbs up and give me a follow.